like that for me.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest. The bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
That's nice.
Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
Oh my god.
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people and then forgets about it.
Hear that? He doesn't even flinch. Iceman doesn't care about killing people. That's
Wait,
nothing
did I
to
kill him?
Blackwater, under the bridge. The thing he's really scared of
Oh, I'm gonna wake up
is
on her.
much, much worse than that.
Don't tell him, sister. It's too
Limbic
bad.
system's a lady?
They're right. This is their function. To keep you from it.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just
How does someone growl
distractions,
the whole time? It's
flares
amazing.
and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
He's like a nasal Andy Serkis.
The last dream will be total annihilation.
What?
Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
Oh, this is so cool.
In hell, an ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay. Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
Well, I fucking did. Healed morale. Didn't think, oh, what am I doing in that chair? Right. What do I have to do today? Mm-mm. What? Wait, I don't know what I just completed. Fine. I need to maybe put on a new styling and profiling outfit. Such is the way. I do like that jacket. Look at me now. Excuse me. I love if I have different pants that aren't these ones, because those are just going to tell me smoke. We're going straight Inland Empire today. I want it to be freaking me out. Oh, his hair is awful. I don't know why I thought it would be better than that. Alright, this is who we are today. For now. Oh, good morning, Kim. What do we need to do?
Yes?
Inland Empire. Alright, we're gonna see if I really did gear up for Inland Empire. Inland Empire's only +1? Ridiculous. Okay. And it's purple. What? Oh. Wow, I really did only suit up for that, and I still didn't quite do enough. That is halfway. I don't even know. Fine. We're gonna try it.
Yes?
What if you did it? Yes, you killed him. And then, as part of the plan, you drowned out the memory. Forgetting was merely a matter of convenience. Very clever. Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing. And you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it. Are you sure you would have the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape.
I feel like he would say it.
What has led you to this conclusion? That is a common side effect of overindulgence. It will pass. The victim wasn't run over by a drunk driver. So, while I can't condone your driving habits, the cases remain unrelated. Look, it's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in a crime until the perpetrator is identified and apprehended. Especially when the investigation is dragging. So, let's get back to it, shall we?
Dragging? I'm doing my best. So what do we have to do now? Still can't cross, which seems outrageous. I think we need to talk to Clausia again. Pretty sure.
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely old man?
Oh, that's right, I was gonna play a game with him.
Never mind. Wouldn't be the same. The prick is gone. I can barely believe it, but he's really gone.
Aww.
Hell, most likely. He was an absolute cunt. His hungry little heart finally gave up. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is. Yes, he was about to head home, cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the Kuketu uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, cause he's gonna be buried without it. I repeat, an absolute cunt. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids, and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to. We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that... Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were? In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that.
Why do I have a photograph of Renee and him?
Let me see. This was 60 years ago. We all went to that parade. Young René looked so happy, and Jenny... I'm sorry, officer. I just... Thank you. Thank you for this little memorabilia. It really means the world to me.
That was nice. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know when he had the photo. Yes, we are both very sorry for your loss.
It is what it is. Part of life, really. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something. Yes? What about René?
Oh, no.
Yes.
It is what I just don't know anymore. about anything, really. René wasn't really what you'd call a botanist, officer. And believe me, he didn't like Insulindian lilies. That's their old name, dating back to the time of kings and crests, and all that other stuff he loved so much. There were many reasons, but mostly it was the communals. They called them the Belts of Revolution. I guess in the end, the Insulindian lilies were just another piece of the whole Insulinda. The Royalists had to surrender to the Mazovian insurgents. It doesn't really matter anymore.
But you feel the dried flower in your hand somehow still does matter, although not to this sad old man.
Probably should have just asked that question, but it felt super insensitive. Anything new to talk about with you?
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man.
I want to find out what's in the special borscht.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for...
Borscht need more vodka?
How did I not do this before?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg. He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into
Oh my god.
With a whistle, he stirs the brew.
Also, I don't know if you weren't watching that part, I just made a very conscious choice to choose violence. I don't think he needs vodka. I'm trying to get my guy in the right path. I should go this way to Classia's room. It's shorter. Oh, I actually don't know that it is. It might be exactly the same number of steps.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
I understand. I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were
I
only trying
forgot,
to help me
but we got a confession.
out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law?
Oh my god. A really cute little bird just landed on my balcony for a second. Ooh. It looked like a titmouse, I think. I was learning that from Eileen when I was home.
You're right. There's more. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. Where the cold oceanic expanse lies, and behind it, another world.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me.
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Nothing to do with her? You'll be the judge of that.
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again, with a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lou's doing County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Lou Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting... A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
You just told us you're a spy.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
One of them killed themselves because of me.
Whoa.
How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it? There you have it. The way of the warrior.
Why did that make me so sad? Oh.
Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting.
Ugh.
And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him. He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud, thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol. We were there. Together. In bed, I mean. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass.
Oh,
I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see.
A great pain moves through her. A dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
God, that'd be terrifying.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Oh. So am I.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little.
Ooh.
He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection. As far as you can.
I'm so glad I put these clothes on today. I'm getting so much of like my insides talking to me.
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage.
I'm trying to figure out
the
how.
Union box was full.
I feel like it. I don't understand how a gunshot made it into that window when this is like the highest building, and it's like so. Like I feel like she got high and shot him, but I don't know. She says it came in from the window. I just don't know how someone would shoot into that window. Sylvie was standing at the bar. She looks down. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full.
Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Oh, the 8th Hardy.
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader?
The Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
We found her. Ruby.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Does she also party with Ruby, however? What are you trying to be? Tactful? She wouldn't mind. Go on then.
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, but I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
Wow.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does. Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. We carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did. I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone, so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me. Or I don't know anything anymore. All I do is wait here.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there. When he was shot, I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding. Last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
I need to put on visual calculus clothes before I do that.
Still, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
I don't know if this is smart to ask right now.
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet, sweet drugs. It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of jealousy.
Jealous of who?
Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
What does that mean?
Do drugs make you aggressive?
No. People don't take drugs to kill each other. They take them to feel okay with each other. I thought you Ravishol people would be more enlightened on this. I'm sorry, officer. I'm under some stress here. Like what?
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. He's thinking, are we done here? Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. She lied to you, and she's a flight risk. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. Multiface, I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up with force if you want to continue pushing her.
I need drama clothes. Is this gonna... Wait, this is the... Okay.
As you look back, you think, so love did do him in, after all. If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate.
Okay, we need drama clothes. And a bow tie, you know. Oh, it's so ridiculous. I do like how necessary they make these clothes, though. It's cool.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she?
Oh my God.
Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies.
Wait, I'm scared. I do want Kim to weigh in.
There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay. Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Commonser. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it. It's Katarzyna Elysium.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof.
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smith.
What?
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Mea Smith, to hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her.
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds, on the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now.
Well, we will.
It's useless.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past the Bergen sewage pipe, right near the water line. I am. They can never take my sash and my scepter from me.
Yes, they can, for lying. She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
But I do think she made that call.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this.
All right, got some tools. I'm so close to a level up. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna need authority and not drama when I talk to Titus. That's right, I need to inspect her window as well. Okay. I need visual calculus. I do love this function. It's so cool. Oh, I gotta put on a shirt. Where's my visual calculus? There it is.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. A vague sense of disappointment fills you. The glass shimmers,
How?
as if taunting you with its
72%?
secrets. You get the feeling this room will tell you something crucial if you only knew how to listen.
I'm not exactly sure either, to be honest. My imagination has a way of failing me. It's a weakness.
I can't believe I should have. Damn it. I should have saved before I did that so I could save scrub.
It's you again. What is it? Why? You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for this unit. Get with it, or fuck off.
How many times must I tell you?
Yeah, fuck off!
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral fa-
Oh god.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory.
I feel like we need to talk to the lawyer lady.
We're trying to get some R&R here.
Yeah, with your vodka chili.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
I just failed a 72% check. I hate my logic clothes. And then we will come back. Okay. Do I not have logic clothes? Oh no. Insane that that hat gives me logic.
It's you again. What is it?
Alright, now take 5 minutes to walk over to me. It's the longest animation in the game. Impossible.
A sudden
Yes!
flash of lightning in your near cortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No. All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, cop.
That's
Cop.
probably for the best.
Cop. I don't know how his mouth made that sound.
And just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You said she reeled herself up by her collar. Like some kind of...
Kidding?
Let's go with there. Point is, it's just a rusty winch. It doesn't put her on the roof.
I feel like, should I give them the answer? Like, are we... I don't know how much cops tell each other. Or tell people.
Oh. People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building.
Well, you're
or
wrong.
an elevator, for that matter.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter, used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumb waiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Shush now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martin.
I wasn't considering, because it is big windows. I just assumed that no one was on the
Maybe
top.
from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up.
Oh my god, duh. I forgot I found footprints.
Footprints. Recent. Horizontal? I see they taught you well in your RCM school. My old man, a hunter, had a half-black. Good news is, I'm still listening.
He knows they had to be recent for those lines to still read. This wasn't a failure.
Firmly doesn't go well with coulda. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we establish. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry.
Oh no.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
That looks antique. A Bell McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
20, maybe 30 rifles, that is. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay. I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought we'd found all the old spots. Why was that still there?
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Every fucking 5
I really like Titus.
seconds.
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just
shoot.
back out of it.
Okay, cop. She's got connections. I could see how she could have access to a gun. That still doesn't mean she did.
That's all you
Did.
needed. Doubt.
All right, cop. Keep talking. I'll tell you when I've had enough.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Who the fuck are you, Glenn?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
And I suppose you have a theory on
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like...
Going for the kill, Kim. I don't want this responsibility.
Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks?
Ooh, thank you, Shaky.
Rosio wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration. He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there.
Yeah, going for the
shoot
kill,
him,
Kim.
Get down.
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good. Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner. Not a very small nod.
Oh no.
And
Is he gonna try to kill me?
Spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
The only opinion. That's what that says.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why? She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She
I
makes
leveled
sure.
up.
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little
Conversation? Why is there an ellipsis before that? Were they fucking? Or did he beat her up?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand.
Mm.
You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al, and we won't either.
She's not really a party candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn. A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her? More precisely.
More precisely, on the coast, past the water lock. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there. The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
That Angus is cracking me up, man.
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Pale something.
It feels like you'll get to know soon enough.
I told you. You. No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
Sure. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure. She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener. That you play suspects against each other.
Well, I'm like
Open
a
them
good
up
cop at some point, or
like a can.
an effective cop, I suppose.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having to go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This called Titus, this called Pete. But she was too scared.
What?
Scared. You should be too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the subject. Everard's file on you seemed thin on info. She must know from somewhere else. from Jamrock. Something more. Of course, I should have known. Concentrate on tracking down Ruby.
Sure, there's some shit houses there.
I did not expect that.
Town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boy,
That's important.
hair's red, dyed. She looks like a Lowry.
Oh my god, what if it's Kuno?
It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like
I
holding
really
a
like
piece
Titus.
of polished granite.
He's been
Not
fascinating
just
the
granite,
entire
tightly
time.
packed RCM Sergeant material. No, he already is a sergeant. That's what you're feeling. He just wasn't sure what you are.
That was so cool. Okay. Do you really? I haven't done any of these. Oh, I love shivers though. Let the body take control and threaten people. All right. That's the kind of weather I'm having today too. That was a silly route. Wonder why they killed off that guy. Or maybe Ruby killed him. Oh my god. I don't know if you could hear it, but my stomach just growled something fierce. Come on. Okay, wait. West of the boardwalk. No, west of the boardwalk on the coast, somewhere in the reeds. West of the boardwalk. Where is the boardwalk? And where am I? Why don't I understand? Oh, it's a perspective I don't usually look at. Okay. This is a really, really cool map. Man, I want Disco Elysium prints like all over my house. I'll talk to them in a minute. Yeah, it's only 9 in the morning. What the hell? It's just green on the ground. Okay, boardwalk is like here. Yes, okay. Do I not? What? Oh my god, I have been up here, surely. Yes, because I've talked to them before. Do I not understand directions? Because this is the boardwalk. Done a nice little circle. Oh my god, my stomach is screaming.
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit.
Oh, when
the
did this happen
structure
last
goes
time?
deep under the earth. Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here. We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now.
Oh.
In conclusion, she could be under any building. I hope not.
There's no echo and no answer.
No echo means that's probably one of the caved in ones, right? Okay. These reeds? But like, there wouldn't be a buoy. There's no... Oh my god, I was just assuming that I was looking west, but like I was looking at it as if it were north. But that's probably not the case. I don't know how directions work. This area is like very open, so I'm hoping. I also don't remember seeing a buoy anywhere though. Ooh. Oh, thank you. Well, there's that.
There's nothing else to do.
Nothing. Whoa. I wish I could climb that. Yeah, I don't know. Do I have like a legit map somewhere? Wait, I think I do. Oh my god, I do.
The wall map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez. Your finger moves through the various streets.
Let me look
across Rue de finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the map tab.
But the map is no help. It doesn't help me. I don't know where I am. Oh, this is upsetting. Okay. West of the boardwalk. What? So, like, behind that house thing? Well, a house, whatever it is. Okay, I'll check them a little bit more around here. I've already done this. Ooh. Gosh, the music got real scary there. What is the music telling me? It got so intense there for a second. Don't. It's not gonna be anywhere in here, I don't think. This always looks like something I can like ramp up, walk on. No, how did I just get to this area? Where's the thing? I've already done my visual calculus on this and it was really fucking cool. Okay. Oh, Lord help me. Okay. What? Let me walk. I used my map reading skills. And I did it.
The metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash. But if you look closer...
That over there. Must be the boy Klaas you told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Oh. Oh no, that means Ruby got it.
The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
There's something in there, splashing around. It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop and decay. A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
I knew
well,
it.
Damn. I have no idea. Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope. Might have been Glacier, might have been the people after her, might have been a local drunk. We should go.
You could ask the miss what she thinks. Later, if you have the time. Though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
Alright. I don't think they'll know anything, but we'll talk to them because we're here.
Hello. Isn't this a fine morning?
Hello. Try Titlestone? Oh my god.
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
We come and stare at this building every Saturday.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Feld, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics booth.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Oh shit, I can't save. I was just thinking I haven't saved in a long time.
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bringing them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet. Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases, the most notorious example being Le Decret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans le Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers... Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
Pleasure wheel. That sounds way more fun than they are.
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer they were a big wheel, lighting up the coast.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become
naturally
a
a Ferris wheel.
Innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans. Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Womty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world.
The Womty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
Actually, I think there is. No, it's too much. He's joking.
In fact, I'm not. The Womty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing. Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07. Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building. But of course, what else?
The whole conversation, I was terrified that the game would just crash. Why does it all put me down at the bottom? Oh. Oh. Okay. I haven't done enough with this section of the menu, and of that I am certain. Wumpty Dumpty Dumptiest. Alright. Now we need to go back to town. I don't remember what's in this. I think this is a little girl that gave me a doll. Yeah. Is she mad at me still, you think? Also, I don't know why I always go behind her to talk
Our
to her.
tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with? Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Oh.
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive.
Mm-hmm.
She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works. And it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
I feel like she wouldn't be scared of the Union.
No, it's not like that, man. With him, we called you. Right now, you just arrived by yourself, like a raven plucking at the window glass.
Enough of this. She better start talking.
Oh my god, Half-Light, Jesus.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, man. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Oh.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's the edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched. Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea. You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then, something hard wrapped in paper. A small cylindrical object. You pull it out.
What?
A bullet. The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded. Ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Oh, that's so sad.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the damn that girl.
But you didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right there. Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
You could ask her about your hunch. That it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
Do tell. Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No, she's a fighter.
Not a quitter. Like you sometimes get, son. She really believes that.
Music is beautiful right now for this as well.
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think. She's good company, knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation, so I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much during her last day?
No, she was mostly silent this time, kept to herself. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room. I cleaned it, like I always do. No,
The truth, sire.
not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape millions she'd made. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere.
I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north. You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
The fell electric neuron. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Okay. Sorry, children, I didn't notice you there. Explore the coast for signs. Oh, girlfriend, please.
Winter, slow to let go of Revachol. Fletch some more wet snow from above. The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring. The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren out dressed so lightly in this weather. At least your hair is protected from getting wet and sticking together. You look around. More winding coastline lined with abandoned buildings, crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles, grey and red forgotten city blocks, what remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast. The waters turn black, Coal City in the shadow of San Martin, a boom town, back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet. Below the old mines, L'Océan Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royaume, where the Philippian kings were interred, with their doctors and their admirals. Mausoleums, burial chambers, leaf gold still remains on the double door of the morning. Yes, to peel the gold off with his fingernails. Children under 14, they go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums, and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper. After rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safle and Seo during the time of the suzerain, in the burial chambers of the kings, 2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty.
What
Did
the
someone
hell is
say
happening?
untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything. How can it be pure if it's magenta? Snow falls, and there is no answer. Some things are not for mortals to know. Few Petira return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking.
Oh, fuck.
The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water. Near, snow falls into dark water. She prays, though she doesn't believe. There is a hum in the air. That's all.
Oh my god, this is so cool.
The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds. A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood. The abandoned church, its walls covered with hoarfrost now. One of Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the Revolution. A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves. Sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little
What?
dots
Surely that's islets.
occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul. The remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock. A tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection. Way beyond Martinez, a popular spa destination for ample-bodied Ozon kids with equally ample pockets. Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far. The Bay of Revachol, vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air-brinier than air. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos. Wild pines, Zam, Morian, and at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the coalition warship Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamro. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox. Was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off. Heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace. A line of motor garages with armored carapaces punched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells. A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand, layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle. Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You will probably never happen across it, but who knows?
And the concrete pipe under the boardwalk.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up.
That was...